Hello and welcome to Book Reading with Sammy. Today we are going to read a Ben and Holly's book. It's called Trip to the Seaside. Princess Holly and the elf family are driving to the seaside. I could try magicking us there, says Holly. No thanks, Holly, replies Mr. Elf. This is an elf day trip and elves don't do magic. At the beach, Princess Holly says, I love picnic baskets. They magic up whatever you want to eat. But this is an elf picnic, Ben reminds her. Mr. Elf opens the basket. Oh dear, we forgot to bring the picnic, he cries. There is nothing inside the picnic basket. Now what can be done? As this is an emergency, says Mr. Elf, perhaps we could use magic after all. I will try an ice cream spell, says Princess Holly. Abracadabra, ice cream. 4 delicious ice creams appear. Thank you, Holly, says Mr. Elf. Now, let's make sandcastles, cries Ben. Can we build one big enough for us to go inside? Asks Princess Holly excitedly. We would need a huge bucket to build a castle that big, replies Mrs. Elf. Like that one? Asks Ben. It must have been left by big children, says Mr. Elf. Let's build a sandcastle for Holly to thank her for our lunch. The elf family love to make things, and they love to sing too. Heave ho, dig ho, dig ho, dig, 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 dig. Heave ho, over you go, over you go. I'm Queen Holly, giggles Holly, from the top of the sandcastle, and I'm King Ben, adds Ben Elf. Mr. and Mrs. Elf tidy everything away, and they find Princess Holly's wand lying in the sand. The tide is coming in, and soon Ben and Holly are stranded out at sea. The wind is too strong for me to fly, calls Princess Holly. Use your wand to do some magic. Mrs. Elf shouts to Holly, and she throws it to Ben. Quick as a flash, Ben catches the wand, and Holly casts a spell. Sun, sea, and sand, put Ben and me on dry land. Mrs. Elf drives everyone back to the little kingdom. The rescue was a perfect mix of fairy magic and elf skill, declares Mr. Elf. Here's to elf skill, cries Princess Holly, waving her wand. And here's to fairy magic, replies Mrs. Elf. Then she, Mr. Elf, and Ben blow their elf horns with a triumphant toot. The end. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.